the very first things that I knew I wanted to do was when I wanted those last two numbers to be back to back, because I really wanted to overwhelm you in the previous number and make it so that there was too many places to look, everything's red, what's happening? And then I wanted to calm you down. And the reason for this is I think we live in a very overstimulating world where our attention is constantly being called in different directions, and we're all so busy, and there's a million different things that we can do with every moment, and that can be part of the reason that a lot of us struggle with anxiety. And so I've realized personally in my life, I have to kind of combat that with moments of stillness, and I have to create them because they don't just happen. And I realized this several years ago when out of nowhere, my anxiety just shot through the roof, and I became very quickly a different version of myself that I almost didn't recognize anymore. And it was kind of scary, and it started to affect the things that I did, but also even more so, the things that I didn't do, and the things I started checking out of mentally. During that time, we actually went on tour, and I remember it was a really hard tour for me because every night as I walked to the stage, I was filled with so much fear, which is very different than nerves. I wasn't nervous, I was afraid that I wasn't going to be enough, and I was so afraid I'd disappoint everybody there in the audience. And because of this mindset, it didn't matter how loud everyone cheered, it didn't matter how many smiles I saw, or all the comments that I saw online of people saying they enjoyed the show. None of that mattered because the story I'd made in my mind made it so that every night when I walked off that stage, I was sure that I wasn't enough, and I was so sure I'd disappointed everybody. And this is what my anxiety had done to me, and it was like it was making me start to miss my own life and become a distant observer of it. And one day, a really close friend of mine, she had been watching what was happening to me and watching me change. And so one day she gifted me a breathwork session, and I thought that was very odd, but I did it because I didn't want to hurt her feelings. And I tell you what, that night, I slept through the night for the first time in months. And that session changed my life because now for the last 3 years, I've been doing breath work almost every day, and it's helped me realize that I have tools in my own body that can help me reconnect with life, reconnect with myself, and calm that spinning anxiety. So I want to teach you guys tonight just a few breaths. And these are things that you can do in a moment's notice if you're ever feeling anxious, overwhelmed, nervous, panicky, any of those emotions. So, a lot of us are shallow breathers, so this one's so simple. It's literally just deep breathing. We're gonna breathe together in through our nose, and when you breathe in through your nose, you're gonna expand your stomach like a balloon. And then you're gonna blow out through your mouth. And pull your stomach in like you're squeezing the air out. All right, so everybody do it together. In through the nose, and out. One more time, in your nose, and out. So that's the first breath. So simple, anybody can do that, and it will instantly start to reset your nervous system. The second one I'm gonna share with you is actually one of my favorite breaths to do to calm down. And you're gonna do 3 sips in through your nose, and then 1 exhale out your mouth. Again, breathing deeply to your stomach, so. Everybody together? Okay, you're now breathwork experts. Through this next song, I'm actually going to invite you to close your eyes through the whole song, okay? You can do it. And there's gonna be a voice that guides you to breathe in and out. Remember, it's in your nose, out your mouth. Sometimes the voice will stop. Please keep breathing. Just keep going with the rhythm of the music. You got this. And then at the end of the song, you'll be invited to keep your eyes closed and just feel the music, feel your soul, just be in it. So yeah, I promise I'm not gonna do anything interesting up here. Not a single high kick will be done, not a single spin will be spun. And just to warn you, every show so far, I have made very awkward eye contact with at least one person during this song. So close your eyes. In, out, in, out.
in